I thought I was finished talking all about character of a high value woman and those traits that we should embody and bask in. But honestly, you guys, I actually wanted to share more. And that's just six tiny micro habits that are going to change your life. So, if you are a woman who is looking to embody femininity and to develop your self worth and your growth, I am going to help you cultivate habits. And again, they still start from the inside out. That has not changed. That is always how it goes. So within, so without, so above, so below. So we want to always think about that as we are cultivating our femininity and our power from within. So let's start off with number one, worthiness. Now, I know you may hear this word all the time on social media. You might even hear it in the coaching world online. But when I think about worthiness, I consider how you truly feel about what you deserve in your life. Now, I'm going to be transparent with you. This has been a journey for me. It all started many years ago, and this is when I started the She's Worthy platform. So at the time, my husband and I were engaged, and he was going through a lot of things. I was too. And I decided we needed some time apart because I felt like where we were, that I deserved more at that time. And knowing that I deserved more, I decided to leave. And it was hard, it was challenging, but I knew that I had to give myself that opportunity and that option to have exactly what it was that I desired. So, fast forward, that was almost 10 years ago. I recognize if I had not made that decision to walk away and claim what I deserved, I wouldn't be where I am now. Because I know my worth. We are literally in the middle of renovating our home. And oh, hello. Thank you all so much. We are in the middle of renovating our home. I am, I'm kind of a stay-at-home mom slash wife. And other times I'm, a podcaster, a businesswoman, I do a lot of different things. But because I chose that ability to look at my worth and know that I deserved it, it made it so much easier. Oh, thank you so much. I'm happy to have you all in the community. What I mean by looking at your worthiness is that I want you to go within and think about, where in my life do I feel like I don't deserve something, right? Where am I self sabotaging? Because that happens a lot more than we think. Is it a relationship where this is the best person you have ever been with, but you are running that person away because you cannot get yourself in a space to be able to receive? I want you to think about that. Are you working hard on something and maybe someone offers you a raise or they want to pay you for something maybe you're creative with, but you won't accept? That is how you know that you're struggling with your worthiness, because you are not ready to receive and accept the beautiful things. So I'll even share this. After I became a mother, I was ready to get back out there. I was like, look, let's go get it. I had a hard pregnancy, so I really wasn't able to work the way that I wanted to. And I was like, I felt like I had to prove myself that I still got it, all of those things. And my son is 3 now, and I have just now started to really accept my worth as a mother and to know that I need to bask and relax in this season in my life. So I want you to look at, where do you feel like you're not giving yourself what you deserve. Maybe you're always chasing and hustling. That is a form of not knowing your worth. I know that's hard to take in because the world, this patriarchal society, will tell you that you're supposed to always go to the next thing. You should be here, you should be there. No, right now is enough, and it's exactly where you need to be. Now, another micro habit I want you to look at is your self love. I always thought that self love was, do you love yourself? But I really want to say and switch the question up and say, do you accept yourself as you are? Wholly, completely, and fully, right? Don't get me wrong. We all want to improve and change things, but do you really have radical self-acceptance? So for me, my way of knowing my radical self-acceptance is I have started to embrace my natural hair more. I have decided to say, you know what? As much as I enjoy, hey, put on a little pretty wig, get my hair braided, do those things, I really want to accept my natural hair and know that it is enough, right? And so with that self-love, that kind of leaks over into self-care, which I'll talk about a little bit more. But also having self-love allows you to think about where you are and where you want to be, and look at every area of your life. Is it your relationship that you're not showing self-love? You're giving everyone else everything but you, right? So maybe you are a mom or a wife or, a husband, whatever, and you're constantly doing for everyone else, but when it's time to do for you, you don't have any love for yourself to say, oh, maybe I should take a nap instead of trying to do all these things for someone else. And don't get me wrong, self-love does not mean selfish. Although selfish is not a bad thing, sometimes we need that, right? There's a time and a place. But are you always over-sacrificing because you don't think that you deserve to have a love for yourself? And I also talk about unconditional love because me personally, I felt like the love I had for myself was conditioned upon what was going on in my life. And if I was meeting certain goals. So yeah, if I'm in the gym, I love myself. But if I have to take a break, I don't deserve it. That's a problem. That's not real self-love. And I want you to think, where in your life are you not loving yourself? Where are you so critical because you feel like you're supposed to be perfect? The more that you learn how to love and accept yourself, the easier it'll be with others. Let's say there are flaws that people have, and sometimes you can be too hard on people because you're so hard on yourself. And I'm speaking from my own experience. Until I had a look in the mirror to say, Jasmine, until you give yourself that love, you're never going to fully be able to give unconditional love to others. Now, the third little tiny micro habit to think about. Now, these are life-changing. I say they're tiny, but they're life-changing. Setting standards for yourself. I have to ask you, what standards do you have? Welcome in everyone who is here. What standards do you have? And standards is what you set for you. Oh, welcome. Thank you so much. I'm happy to have you all in our community. What standards do you have for yourself, right? Where in your life are you like, okay, this is the bar that I have set for myself? If that's a financial goal, if that is your relationship goals of standards that you want to set, especially if you are a single person or you're married and you decide, you know what, I want to bump it up. I want you to look at every area of your life and set a standard. So for me, I have certain standards with my body, right? I'm working, I don't know if you all have checked out the other podcast episodes. Again, I'm on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and radio and TV stations nationally. So definitely check those out. I have shared I went into my winter arc season and I set standards for my Pilates routine. So I'm doing a lot of reformers Pilates. And I have standards of I'm not worried about weight loss, even though it's happening. My standard is I'm active, right? So that means I'm gonna also make sure I'm doing enough walking during the day, because I have in my roles, I can be more sedentary. I can sit down and do work, right? I want to be active. I'm going and doing Pilates at least 5 times a week because I really want that movement. That's my standard. Okay. With my relationship, my standard is, even if we are in a heated argument or whatever it is, we walk away and we talk to each other with love and care, right? So look at the standards that you have for yourself and what you hold yourself accountable for. When you have those types of standards, and I know a lot of people might say you have high standards and you're doing too much and you're thinking too much. I get it. Sometimes people, they can be, because what I've seen with people who have high standards, sometimes they don't even meet their own standards. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you meeting your own standards, keeping your own promises to yourself before you expect someone else to keep theirs to you, right? That's what we are looking at. The next micro habit is boundaries. Boundaries is the expectations that you have for others in the way that they treat you and in the way they interact with you. So I will give you an example. Boundaries I've had to put place even with my own mother, right? There was during Christmas, actually, I'll give you that example. I created for dinner, the Christmas dinner, I didn't want to do a traditional dish, right? I wanted to do something different. So I was like, I'm going to make a charcuterie board. I'm going to do some deviled eggs, just something different that no one in the Black community usually brings to the holiday extravaganzas, okay? And my mom was like, oh, you didn't really do nothing. You ain't really cook nothing. Now, in the past, I always made vegetarian dressing and I would do sweet potato pie, right? But then this, it was like I said, whoa, wait a minute. First time I let it slide because I'm like, maybe, she's having a day. But the second time I said, let me tell you something. I host this thing every year. So I'm opening my heart and my home to everyone. The second thing is, please don't try to play me about what I cook. Be happy that I'm even cooking. Okay? Because I don't have to. My husband and I, we would get this thing catered because that's how we are. We want to focus on the fun and the enjoyment. We don't want to be in the kitchen all day, because then that's when I notice even my mom and other people that are, older that come, they're frumpy if they have to do a lot of cooking. Well, nobody told you to do all of that, right? That's your choice. We don't want to be frumpy. We want to entertain. We want to enjoy. So that boundary, guess what winded up happening? My mom came to me. She said, you know what? I get what you're saying. And next time that we have a cookout, I want to learn how to do a charcuterie board because you did a really good job on that. Okay, thank you. Sure, we can do that. I'm not here to play. I'm not the one. That's what your boundaries say. If I would have let my mom continue that, she would have kept going. Now, I'm not saying she's not going to try me again, because sometimes parents can try us and we don't, we might let them pass. But you can't keep doing that, because at the end of the day, you are an adult and you deserve to be talked to a certain way. And sometimes people are going to say with your boundaries, you're stuck up, you want too much. I've heard it all, but I don't care, because this is my life too. Right? I get to decide how I want my life to go and how I want people to treat me. Now, does that mean people are going to do that all the time? No, but then you have to decide, is this person going to stay in my life even though they're acting like this? Or am I going to move forward and, let that person go? You decide with your boundaries. Now, the next thing is people pleasing. So, in that example I just shared, it would have been very easy for me just to be like, oh, okay, mom, don't worry about it. I could have just let her keep sliding with what she was saying, but I wasn't because I'm not here to please her. I'm not. I'm here to please God and I'm here to please myself. Meaning, I'm not going to pacify and make other people feel good all the time with my choices. I remember even whenever this was a long time ago, starting with my natural hair. My husband wasn't used to me wearing my hair naturally because I always had my hair straight, bone straight down my back, right? That's what he was used to when we, first met. We were in, college, we were young or whatever. And that wasn't his thing. But can you see that I don't care? Like, I don't care. This isn't about you. That's what you have to think about with people pleasing. It's not always about other people and what they want and what they need. Sometimes this is about you. I feel good wearing my natural hair. These curls, this joy I have knowing that my hair is healthy, and this is what God gave me. I'm happy with that. I'm not here to please him. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I've probably straightened my hair 2 or 3 times in the past 6, 7 years. So I don't do it often, but every now and then, I'll do that because that makes him happy. Or I'll throw on a wig. And there you go. But, it's not always about the other person. And even with my lifestyle, right? I don't have a traditional lifestyle. I'm not meant to. It's not in the cards for me. I've had my astrological readings. I've learned a lot. I am meant to be innovative. So I won't probably go back to a traditional 9 to 5 anytime soon. And if I do, it'll have to be something different about it, right? That gives me freedom and flexibility. But I'm saying all of this to say you can't do things for others, even if they look at you and they're saying, this isn't what we do. Okay, well, I'm not you, and this is about me, and that's okay. You decide what you want to do for you and move forward. Lastly, self-care habits, you guys. I want you taking amazing care of yourself. Get that massage. You guys, most massages nowadays, I know things have gotten a little more costly, but they may be $60, $70. Listen, go get that massage. You don't have to do it all the time, even if it's just once every few months. That helps you regulate your nervous system. That gives you drainage. That helps your gut. Take care of everything. Make sure you have that skincare routine. Keep your nails done. Keep your feet done. When I say keep them done, I'm not talking about what I have. I'm talking about whatever done is for you, right? Moisturize your skin. Moisturize your hair. Love on yourself. That is self-care, is a way that you are showing yourself I matter. When you don't take care of yourself, you are saying to the universe, you are saying to others, I don't matter. And see, what's so beautiful about self-care is that when I do it, something good happens. And I mean, I even notice how my husband treats me differently when I do self-care. And I've actually got him into it. And when I do that, it's like he wants to care for me because I think I'm important enough to be cared about. That's what it speaks. That's the volume that it speaks. So you want to give yourself that, okay? Write down a list of self-care habits or things you want to do, even if it's just one thing a month. It matters. And you're going to feel good about yourself, and you are teaching others how to treat you and to value you. Make sure you take care of yourself, not even just external care. If you need therapy, counseling, coaching, maybe you want to invest in your mental diet, right? As I've shared with you guys, I have plenty of products. You can go to shesworthy.org. I have some free items and things that you can take part in, and I have some paid, right? So you can up level yourself. That is a form of self-care. because you want to grow and you want to better yourself. So I hope that these micro habits were helpful for you and that you learned a lot, because this has been a beautiful journey for me and I wanted to share with you all some things that I've learned. Be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for the next episode.